Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. This is Aishu. I'm gonna teach you guys a simple beaded chain, but look how gorgeous it looks. It's just basic loops put together with a 20 gauge wire and some pearls and carnelian gemstones. I attached a magnetic clasp to it. I know the clasp is out of proportionate here. I don't mean to put a small clasp, but I don't have any other magnetic clasp, so I put it. But this one turns out to be really pretty. You can wear it as a necklace if you want to. You can wear it like this. You can have a ornate clasp and wear it like this, and then this will come on the side. That will look pretty as well. With magnetic clasp, you can wear it around your wrist as well. Wrap it around your wrist, and that's how it looks. It looks really pretty. I have used in this sample, I have used some, let's see, I have used some pearls in carnelian gemstones. I'm sure the carnelian gemstone is only 8 millimeter, because that's the one that we got with bargain bead box this month. Yeah, it's 8 millimeter. And then the pearls are a little bit big. They are around 10 millimeter. So 8 millimeter and 10 millimeter are the size that I have used. In this, I am going to use both 8 millimeters. In the sample, I did 8 and 10, and in this, I'm going to do, it's about, say 8, I guess. Yes. And this one is also 8 millimeter. So I'm using the same size here in this tutorial, but in the sample I used a slightly bigger size. That's the only variation I'm showing. And then I'm going to use a silver magnetic clasp of the same size as the gold one that I used in the sample there. But I chose this purple gemstone, and these are faceted, but these are matte because it's gemstone, it's matte. And these are glass pearls. And somehow I felt this to be going very well with, it looks lilac in the camera, but it is very blue to me in person. But I felt these two colors complement each other well. It's just an awfully different color combination, I agree, but I think purple and blue will go good. So I'm using these two. I have already made some tangles, some loops that we are going to connect with each other. I already made some of them ahead. Let me show you guys how I made these. And also I'm featuring this tool. This one is a Martha Stewart tool. I don't know if you can see the engravings over here. I bought this like several years back, much before I started making jewelry seriously, because this is a looping pliers. As you can see, one side is like a round nose plier, the other side is curved like this. So it's a looping plier. Before the one step looper and stuff came in, this one was the one which came in first, I guess. And I bought this on Michael's. I think I just bought it in store. I didn't buy it online, but I bought it in store, and I kind of put that away. I didn't use it much because I don't do beaded chain that much. Even though it's the simplest thing to do, it is time consuming. So I didn't do much, so I never had a chance to use it. I thought, why not use it and feature this. This is still available. These looping pliers are still available. I saw that in Hobby Lobby the other day, and I thought, okay, let me use it since I have it in my stash. So I'm using Parawire 20 gauge silver plated wire. This one is tarnish resistant, and I am not going to cut my wire to make the loops. If you want the exact loops that I made like this, it requires you 2.5 centimeters to be exact to make the loop with an 8mm bead. But I am just working with a spool so that I don't waste any wire. I try not to waste as much as possible. Then this pliers is very simple. I can show you guys how to make with this excuse me, with the regular round nose pliers and this looping excuse me. So I'm just flush cutting the ends and bending my wire about a centimeter or so, taking my round nose pliers and then looping it towards the bead. So I have marked my pliers. This one is a little bit bigger loop. I wanted a little bit small like that. That's why I didn't use the marker. Then bend the rest of the wire about a centimeter or so. Just give a cut. Then take your round nose pliers and go ahead and loop it. That's all to it. It's so simple. The loop ends like this here, the loop ends like that. So that is it. So then we are going to connect all the loops together one by one. With this pliers, it's slightly different. I know the one-step loopers actually make the loop and cut the wire for you so that you don't have to change pliers in your hands. But this doesn't do that. But it is much easier on your hands, is what I am experiencing. So here's the round nose thing and here is the U one. So just keep it on top like that. You can see my wire is almost here. This is the size of the loop I want. I just press it and then bring it all the way. It makes the loop for you. So I just go ahead and reposition it and then straighten the loop off and then do it again. Straighten the loop and then be good. And then bend the wire in the same direction where you ended and then cut your wire about a centimeter. I just eyeball it. And then the same thing, use your pliers, keep it right here where you want the loop to be, and then your loop is done. So this is much faster. To my surprise, it actually works very well for me, except that you need to change your pliers from the wire cutters and the looping pliers. That's the only thing, but other than that, it works like a charm. So for this necklace, the sample one that I made, I used 20 beads and 20 gemstone beads and 20 of the pearl beads. So I have to make the same number of beads here, but I would like to show you guys how I join it. It's so simple. Just open up the loop, how you open a jump ring, back and forth, and then add the pearl bead after the gemstone, just alternating the beads, and then open up the loop here and add another gemstone, and then so forth and so on. That's the chain that we are going to achieve. So all you need to do is connect all the links that we made. It is time consuming to make the links, but once you make the links, then putting it together is much faster, in my opinion. So when you are doing the loops, make sure the loops are closed. With 20 gauges, it is pretty safe. And I really wanted to do this in freshwater pearls, but the 20 gauge wire will not go in through freshwater pearls. So that's the only reason I avoided freshwater pearl, but I shall make one with that as well, with a thinner gauge, probably 22 gauge. um, if my freshwater allows, or else 24 gauge means then I have to do a wrapped loop and not a basic loop. Oops. Make sure you alternate it. I really like the look of it. The light color and the dark color goes very well. So here there is two differences between the beads that I chose. One is a gemstone, the other one is a pearl. The pearl is shining, it's glossy, the surfaces, and smooth. But the gemstones are matte finish, but they are faceted. So there is a color difference, and I used a silver wire. So three components. There is color difference, there is texture difference, and the sizes, there is no difference. Both are 8 millimeters. But just if you bring a little bit contrast, you don't have to go extremely wild. Like for a purple, a hot pink would be really, really, um, you know, it will be complementing each other, but it is too bright. And likewise, if you're not comfortable using a different color combination, go with a lighter shade difference. That way you will not be intimidated by using completely different color. And also there is another way to look for colors, that is the nature. If you go for a walk or a run, sometimes you will see a nod flower that goes very well with the leafy greens, and you would say, oh, that's an odd color combination. If you think that way, and if you really like the color combination, just take a picture, and when you come home, look for beads in that color, and then you will have a beautiful set that's unique. I really like to do different colors as well, rather than just sticking to the basic color combos. That way your handmade jewelry will be unique. Anyways, it's as unique as you, because everybody's jewelry is different. Everybody has a style, everybody has a technique. Even though it's the same process, the technique might differ. So every necklace that you make, even though it is the same jewelry that you make, it's completely different. It's going to be yours. And then what other way to prove the uniqueness by choosing an odd color combination that is normally not out there in the market. I really try to talk loud, but generally it's very it's very hard for me to do that. I don't know why, but I'll try my level best to talk loud. That's often the complaint, and it's not a complaint, it's the comment that I get from subscribers. And I know it, but it is very hard for me to fix. Now I have my headphones, but still. I am adding all the beads so far, and then I'll make more, and then we can add more. It's pretty fast than the time that it takes for you to make the loops. So if you want to make chains like this, a lot of chains like this, a long sweater necklace or something like that, then buying this kind of a tool makes sense, or the one-step looper. I don't own one, I really wanted to buy one, but I know we all have choices and budget and everything, so I didn't buy it yet. And also I'm looking forward for bale making pliers, which I don't have. I have these the ones from Bead Landing, the 6 sizes one, but I wanted that the ones like the Wobbers pliers. um, it is actually just for one size per se, so I really like that instead of this. And this one is really heavy and it's hard on your hands is what I think. That's just my personal opinion. It is nothing to do with anyone or generally the tool is wrong or something like that. No, but it is just that for me it's kind of difficult to use. It's so heavy for me, for my hands. um, you can also add a different bead, like you can add an 8mm and a 4mm in between to add that contrast. You can have more beads, like you can add a seed bead um, after the gemstone and before the gemstone, before the loops. You can add a seed bead or bead caps. You can add bead caps throughout the necklace. That will jazz it up even more. But I just wanted to do a simple necklace. It will be a great Christmas gift. Last year I did some Halloween series. This year I didn't do any Halloween series. But for Christmas projects I will start doing it. More tutorials on that. Stay tuned for that. So the clasp, so whenever you want to jazz it up your necklace, because this is nothing, just beads and some wire. If you want to jazz it up a little bit, you can have an ornate clasp and have it on the side or in the middle or in the center, any which way you want, so that you can dress up your necklace that way. Initially I used to love toggle clasp rather than lobster claw clasp, but nowadays but I feel very secure with lobster claw clasp with most of my projects. And also I like toggle clasp a lot because of the ease to put it on by yourself. So this much length, but nowadays I really like magnetic clasps a lot. The length of this necklace so far is, say, about 12 plus 16 inches, okay? And the sample is 11.5, 23 inches. So it's totally up to you. It doesn't have to be 16 or 22, whichever fits your neck. 16 is a comfortable length. It's not a choker. It will come a little bit down. Let me just try it. No, it is a choker for me. Some people have a broader neck and some people don't, like have a thinner neck. So it all depends upon whom you are making this for. I would like it a little bit longer. I don't want to make it small, so I'll make some more links and come back. So I decided to use 20 inches of chain. So I joined everything. All I need to do now is to join the clasp. So just to open up one of the loops, it's so simple, and add your magnetic clasp to it. That's it. You don't even have to add a jump ring if you don't want to, but the loop needs to be a little bit bigger at the end. So I am just going to make one last bead here, and I'm going to make the loop a little bit bigger this time. And then do the other side. I'm doing a regular loop. And just try if my, see, that goes pretty easy, right? So that's it. So that will increase the length of my chains just a tad bit, but as you can see, I'm ending with a gemstone and ending with a gemstone again. I don't want this. I want it to be seamless. So I in this sample also, I ended with the pearl and then I continued with the gemstone, as you can see over here. So I wanted to do the same here, so I will make one more of this pearl connection. And make a bigger loop. And then the wire. So I made this. Now I open up the big loop and add my clasp to it. Close it. Open up the other end. Or you can open up this one right here. Whichever one is, doesn't matter. And then add this pearl. So we are done with our necklace. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos almost every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.